POV, you trusted your gut and bravely ended your 12-year relationship. Not because he cheated, didn't treat you well, or something happened, but because you simply outgrew it. Because you want a life of deep love, connection, growth, and adventure, and you did not have that anymore. The relationship was good, but you left for the possibility of something great, and that's okay.
Jesus Christ.
What a mindset to have. Like at that point, why ever settle down or why ever choose anything?
For the possibility.
Because there's always going to be possibilities till you die.
The caption, the relationship doesn't have to be bad for you to leave. You're allowed to simply grow beyond it. I know it's so hard to walk away from something so good. It's excruciating. In many ways, it's harder when no one did anything wrong and there's no reason to point to. But what's on the other side is so worth it. I don't know about you, but I want someone who lights my freaking soul on fire, who wants a life of deep love, connection, growth, and adventure with me. You are never stuck, and you're not ungrateful for wanting to leave. If your intuition is telling you there's more out there, do yourself a favor and listen.
So she just fell out of love with a guy.
So he didn't do anything wrong.
Imagine being the guy.
He did everything right.
She's just saying, I think there's some, you don't light my soul on fire.
He didn't do anything wrong, but she's looking for someone that will do something that he didn't have, right?
She just wanted her
Something
soul
that
to be lit on fire. Whatever the that means.
But does she expect that if there's anybody that you're gonna be the closest and most vulnerable with, you're gonna have ups and downs a lot. You're not gonna be stuck in a peaceful trance happiness for 70 years straight with a human.
It's crazy how it took you 12 years to realize that guy wasn't lighting your soul on fire. That's and then you make a whole Instagram post about it. Yeah, what's the Instagram post for? To inspire other people to do the same thing.
Yeah, if I'm the guy and then your ex just posts that, you're like,
or is she like now looking for someone that might comment that might light her soul on fire?
She's looking for a new BBC to light her soul on fire.
That would be the only reason to post, right?
Which means someone me down. That's what light
This means I'm single now, so anyone is open to DM me.
Yeah, that's what that means.
Because why would you post that?
you think a guy that wants to commit to you is gonna read that and be like, oh yeah, she's gonna be the one I'm gonna just wife up now? I'd be like a little, no, I'm not getting a relationship with her. If she just left him for 12 years, but she's bad, so I'll slide.
If you're just willy-nilly leaving like that,
I'll DM her and try to-
your relationship, I might be apprehensive into joining a relationship with you.
Bro, that's over a decade.
And for no reason.
So I can be with her for 10 years and be like, damn, well, in 2 years, she still might.
Not because in the second we date, even if we get past 2 months, I'm like, she gonna break up with me at 120. I wouldn't even be able to fully give her myself because I would be like, well, she literally just, because you talked to her, so what happened with your ex of 12 years? I just wasn't feeling it. He didn't light my soul on fire. Am I doing that for
He
you?
did everything right, but I wasn't feeling it after 12 years, so.
Once you have a deep love with someone you're with for over a decade, and once you have a deep connection with someone you had for over a decade, and also wouldn't you have a lot of growth?
You guys had to have grown together in some way. There's no way y'all stayed the same for 12 years. There's no way.
I mean, you can leave a relationship whenever the you want. However,
Weird to boast about it when the guy did nothing.
it's weird boasting about it and making it some sort of cutesy, copey personality.
And to tell the world is very, very odd.
I left for no reason and that's okay. I think she has it a bit twisted where a state of constant happiness isn't possible.
It's not.
If anything, you should be striving for like being content and being just like, all right. Because to expect someone to light your soul on fire, man, it's been 12 years. There's no way that's gonna happen with anybody. You could find a new Chad tomorrow who lights your soul on fire right now at the foam cannon party and you get down in the porta potty. But after 12 years, the same feelings are gonna creep back in and your soul's gonna be dull again.
And just because someone lights your soul on fire doesn't mean that you're gonna light their soul on fire. They might not like you.
On some of the comments here. So you threw away a perfectly fine relationship that lasted well over a decade. It's very hard to find compatible partners these days. Why would anyone throw away just for the fun of being single? Why is everyone mad at her? She did the guy a favor. Now he can find someone better.
Bruh.
Maybe don't string him up for 12 years.
But 12 years is crazy though.
But what do I know?
12 years is crazy.
Like, dude, if your soul wasn't getting lit on fire after the 6th year.
Like, yo, 8 years in, 10 years in?
I would have appreciated her letting me know 6 years, man, at least.
Not 12.
12?
Men should also start doing this. Continue to outgrow or outlive women. Make sure to leave them when you outgrow them and when you no longer feel the excitement she once provided. Women logic. 11 years were great. It took you just 1 year of boredom to end it all. I'm glad you're happy, but I have to disagree with the sentiment and normalizing this. It's not ethically okay.
Not crazy that she kept his post up too.
When did you realize you had outgrown the relationship? And why did it take you 12 years to realize? So you gave up, not him. You fell out of love and didn't want to even try. You left for the excitement of new relationships.
and then posted me like, well, I'm on the good side. I am thriving.
So you left someone who could be giving you everything when you don't reciprocate the same for something better. Okay.
If it was so easy to make that decision after 12 years, it's like, how long were you not happy in a relationship?
It's like, why would you want to normalize that? The idea like my girl might leave. This is girl logic.
I'm like year 8 and I'm like, you know what? My soul's not on fire too.
Did my girl watch her video?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
I completely understand. It was the same with me. I don't want ordinary. I want extraordinary with the heart emojis. Always listen to your heart and soul. There's a term for this where it's like to sort of,
You want this magical fairy tale lifestyle and
24/7.
it's an ideology. I could be wrong. It's called hedonism, I think, where it's doing things for the sole purpose of gaining instant pleasure and gratification. And it's like, if you live your life looking for, you have to constantly, I have to be happiness, you're going to live a miserable life because that's not how life really is.
the fact that you have to post about it. Like the greatest philosophers that are coming out with breakthroughs and whatnot, they don't have to make a TikTok of them with the best fit, saying what it is,
twirling at the
and what I just
brunch
found out and discovered about myself. It's like, yeah, it seems a bit egotistical and narcissistic when you do this.
Yeah, because if you get into a relationship, and this is just my take on it, it's not necessarily about your happiness. Like, yeah, there can be plenty of happy moments throughout a relationship, but really you're signing up to do a duty for the other person, to be their companion through sickness and through health. Whether you guys are liking each other or not, you've made a commitment simply to stick by this person no matter what. Well, I don't feel it anymore, so I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, and someone I was so close with for 12 years and shared up my life with, I'm gonna now be kind of disrespectful towards them in this Instagram post now that I'm just done with it. Why not just keep that private and just go on with your life feeling the way you feel? Like, what's the need to share it is my thing.
Well, when you need a coping mechanism and you need people to validate you and be like, no, you're right, and you gotta force yourself and convince yourself that you're making the right choice. I lived after 12 years and that's okay, right? Everyone, I'm posting it. People like you will never be able to commit to an actual marriage, which lasts until either individual dies out, no matter who you get with. After a while of being with someone new, you want something new to light your soul on fire, i.e., you will never be capable of providing a safe and stable environment for your children to grow, with both parents being present during the totality of your children's upbringing. Yeah, that's just the nature of relationships. I think there's stages where it's super spicy and hot for the first 6 months, year even, year and a half, and then the 2 to 4 years chapter sets in, and that's where a lot of people break up because the fire's gone, the newness is gone, and then there's a long haulers, which they can stay together longer. I don't know the stats on it.
That's
but
where you guys gotta have those harder conversations of like, how do we keep this fun for both of us? What do you need now? What are your needs? What are my needs?
So you're proudly celebrating that you wasted 12 years of a good man's life. Jesus, this world is cold.
So
All in a TikTok and an IG reel.
a hard thing to swallow for being the guy, dude.
People like this are never satisfied. The new high will die out, and she will be looking for the next one over and over and over again. When you have someone that cares for you, keep them close. Maybe you'll realize what that means later in life. That's true.
You can't have a permanent high.
Yeah,
It's just not possible.
we spoke about this, I think, in the other video about dating, where having these checklists of someone needs to be making me happy at all times, lighting my soul on fire. I don't want ordinary, I want extraordinary. Whoa, brother, who the hell are you?
Exactly.
Demanding that someone meet your standards, it's like, dude, are you a
You have
narcissist?
to be the person in a relationship, to be thinking that things are just never good enough. Like, let's assume that the guy, I'm gonna speak for him, let's say that at least he was just taking care of everything. Still loving her, super attracted to her, texting her, they do little dates here and there, they're hanging out. But then she just can't see that and she's like, he didn't take me to the new place. We've done the same thing the 2 weeks. Like, that's crazy to like not accept all the positive things that he's already doing.
Because
Like,
you just want a little bit more.
yeah, you want more. Like, well, if he's giving all he can, let's say he has a busy week, busy schedule, and he's working hard 9 to 5 or whatever, and then still you want something more, it's not enough. That's crazy. You could treat somebody so well, and to them, you're not doing enough still.
It puts unnecessary pressure on potential people that she's gonna be with, because imagine I went on a first date with somebody and I said, I'm looking for someone that's gonna light my soul on fire. So the other person's gonna think, well, how do I do that? Like, how am I gonna be able to do that? Like, what is it that's gonna make your soul light on fire? So it's not like, well, that's not the way to present your situation.
And well, she's just speaking strong womanese, so it's like, as a guy, you have to learn how to decode that shit.
Yeah, like, what's gonna light your soul on fire?
Light my soul on fire.
Like, that's just almost more stressful now for any guy that's trying to like be
That
with
person
you.
said, she's somebody that probably will never be satisfied.
Light your soul on fire means I need a new hot crush guy. Facts. That I'm gonna have some wild intercourse with in the back of the New York bar club.
No, she wants that, but then he also needs to also take care of her, do this. It's like, bro, I don't think you're gonna find all of that though in one.
Until you get
Then you
tired
think
of it.
about, okay, well, this other guy was with you for 12 years and he did all the right things. You're saying, what am I going to be able to do for you? What is it? What's the extraordinary thing I need to do?
He did it too ordinary. He didn't do it extraordinary.
Normalize it. It's okay. The possibility of something great. There'll always be a possibility.
Always.
That's why it is.
You could break up, but well, I'll just leave this relationship for 2 years. Nothing wrong with her, but could be an even badder. There always will be. The point
There's
is,
logic there. It's like when we watch the button videos and they button them and they say, well, I just want to see who else is there. That's not the right way to do it because then it's not ever going to be true and authentic.
you'll be pressing a button your whole life.
Like, what if you just deaded all your friends of like 10 years? They did nothing wrong, never did anything dirty. You're like,
I remember reading about a study where they asked men and women, if you have a partner that you were dating, you had a checklist and they checked off 80% of what you had on your list, would you be happy with that? All the men said 80%. That's incredible. Yeah.
more than I get now.
I would take that for sure. All the women said, no, I need 100%. I can't settle.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna be making this like oh, women are so bad. Like, but there's a reason that women initiate 80% of divorces. People would say, oh, well, that's because men cheat and men are the worst. But when you look at lesbian couples, they initiate divorces even more than heterosexual couples, and it's just men and women, but that's a whole other argument. Basically, they are constantly looking for the high and the new and the emotions to be involved. I need to get that. My soul needs to get lit on fire. It ain't about that. Things are more mundane than what you would want them to be. But that's real life.
I'd be more stressed as a guy trying to be in a relationship with her. Every day has to be amazing. Like, oh my God. I have to plan the best thing every weekend. We have to have the best conversations today. I have to get her the best present.
You have to guess what's going to spark her soul the most that day.
Jesus Christ.
If you're a guy, I think you have to date a girl that's not like above you in terms of like sexual market value. You got to get someone who looks at you like you're the best thing since sliced bread. Otherwise, they'll leave you looking for that light on fire. Like, you gotta have someone that looks at you like you're the constant ball of fire that lights up her soul. Otherwise,
Which is easier said than done because there's people out there that haven't talked to a girl in years or that don't know how her.
oh yeah, they can't.
So the
even,
thought,
they can't even get anything.
The thought of having someone that's praising them is just not even a thought.
Yeah.
So it's like for you, it's easy. 'Cause it's like, yeah, you have eyes on you.
Most people can't even get.
Most
anything.
people can't even.
Yeah.
So it's even harder.
And then they get in a 12-year relationship and do everything right, and then get cooked.
That's why it's like, bruh.
And then they leave with all your money too. Prenup, but then they go, oh, we had to throw the prenup out.
There's not much you can say. I mean, it's normal now.
Strong woman who knew to seek greatness. Oh Lord.
I mean, I don't agree with what she did, but then, there's going to be people out there that will agree.
Always thinking we deserve more, never asking, can I give more? Damn. Finally, someone understands. I ain't saying you can't break up with someone. I'm not saying you have to be with someone just because for shits and giggles.
It's like the people agreeing, like that girl saying, finally someone understands. Like, if I was her man and I seen her comment that, I'd be like, wait, what? So maybe in 11 years, you'll just leave me because you support that, right?
I'm glad there's some women out here keeping it real with her and others, you're so strong. What about the dude that got it?
What about the guy? Is anyone checking up on the guy?
No, they not.
And it's like the guy's not gonna put on a fit and put a TikTok out like that.
Or gonna comment. He's just going about his day.
Like that's such a girl thing to do too, is like post it so people can say something.
there's a reason
about
why
it.
there's only women commenting on this, so.
If you're a woman, let us know your thoughts on this.
I would hope the person I choose life with would understand that relationships have ups and downs and wouldn't give up after 1 year of downs when the first 11 years were up. That's devastating. I'm not judging. It's your life, do as you wish, but it's still devastating to think that everything could be good for 11 years and then one day your partner just leaves because suddenly you're not enough now. That's what social media does.
Doesn't she want people to judge though? This is a judgmental sort of post.
It is.
Like you want people's thoughts on it. You want people to judge you whether it's good or bad. So it's like you can't get mad at the bad.
It's facts. And the grass always seems greener on the other side. Always. But the grass is greener where you water it.
Good night. Good fuck.
I think Big Sean said that.